on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the first week of high school sports, and we have exciting highlights from under the Friday night lights. We'll show you Manteca taking on Vista Del Lago, Downey meeting Lincoln of Stockton, and Ceres battling West.
We'll have Lincoln and Rockland battling it out on the volleyball court. Plus, you get an inside look at the newest school to hit the Sac Joaquin section. The season premiere of 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We are very excited to be back for another year of covering high school sports in the greater Sacramento area. We had an amazing inaugural season last year. It was awesome getting to know all of you over the 42 weeks. We loved it so much. We're doing it all over again, and hopefully for many more years to come.
Let's get this season started. We begin in the city of Antelope, where the Antelope Titans return a very strong team. The Titans were 10-1 overall last season, winning the Capital Valley League title. One of the many seniors to be back playing for the Titans is Curran Borders. The running back rushed for over 2,000 yards last year.
Yeah, he's really good. Antelope eliminated Whitney from the postseason last year after the Titans mounted an incredible fourth quarter comeback. So the Wildcats looking for revenge in its season opener against Antelope on Friday night.
Josiah Bateman for Antelope and Trevor Hargis for Whitney. These are the starting quarterbacks. Bateman in the shotgun, 4 minutes in, hands it off to none other than Curran Borders. And we saw Borders do this all season last year. He goes 45 yards to pay dirt. Antelope up 7-0. 5 minutes later, it's Borders again, this time a shorter 25-yard touchdown run. Curran looking to be in midseason form. Under a minute to go in the first, Antelope going to its passing game. That's Bateman to Trayvon Watson in the end zone. The Titans dominating in the first quarter, 21-0. Let's see if the Cats can turn it around. Trevor Hargis with the handoff to Isaiah Bickham, and Isaiah goes nearly untouched into the end zone. Wait a minute, folks. We have a game here in Antelope. Lorenzo Young powering his way into the end zone with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Antelope goes into the second half up by just one score. The Titans driving in the third quarter, just 10 yards from the end zone. It's picked off near the goal line by Zane Amin, and we're going to watch Zane run. Zane with the house call. Whitney's defense tying this game up at 21. That's 3 unanswered Wildcat scores. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bickham trying to give Whitney its first lead of the night. Some excellent blocking by a few Whitney linemen. Bickham breaks free after breaking tackles. On his way in for 6. This game is nearly the same intensity as last year's postseason game. Wildcats up 28-21 heading into the final quarter. Bateman slings it to a wide open Cassidy Cole. He escapes 3 Wildcats, and Antelope ties it back up. Just under 8 minutes to go. Second down for Whitney on their own 20. Hargis escapes the pocket looking for a man downfield, and that man is Lincoln Pfeiffer. He's got to get through a few Titans, and he does just that. Pfeiffer creates space and goes all the way. Whitney comes back from a 21-point deficit to take home the 35-28 win in the season opener. What a way to start off the season for the Wildcats.
Adrian Soriano here in Tracy as Ceres takes on West. The Bulldogs on the attack early. Landon Hudson fakes the handoff, rolls to the right and throws it off Josh Prestridge's arm and into the hands of Ricky Stanley, who takes it inside the 35-yard line. Then a short time later, give it to Terrell Lee Gill, who scampers in for the touchdown. 7-0 Ceres. The Bulldogs get the ball back after a fumble recovery. Then it's Hudson doing it with his legs this time. Landon dives in for 6. PAT good, and it's 14-0 Ceres. Bulldogs in the lead. One more time for the Bulldogs in the first. It's Lee Gill with the handoff, and Terrell turns on the Jets. 50 yards to glory. Oh my goodness. PAT good, and it's 21-0 Ceres. Bulldogs after 1. West rallies back in the second. Chris Inigo scrambles and heaves it down the field to Javon Nibbs, who hauls it in for the score. What a catch. 20-7 Bulldogs. Then on the ensuing kickoff, the Wolfpack go for the onside kick, and Nibbs comes up with the loose ball, and West is back in business. The Wolfpack takes advantage a short time later. Inigo throws to Clarence Shavers, who takes it all the way inside the 15-yard line. The Wolfpack would score a few plays later, and it's 2014 Bulldogs. But Ceres comes right back. Give it to Lee Gill again, and Terrell is gone again! 37 yards to pay dirt this time as the Ceres Bulldogs take a 26-14 lead at halftime. Third quarter now, and it's Legal one more time with the handoff, and he makes his run for glory again. 37 yards for his fourth touchdown of the night as the Bulldogs take a 34-14 lead. Series trying to finish it off here, but the pass is picked off by none other than Javon Nibbs, and Javon runs it all the way to the 16-yard line. Then a short time later, Chris Inigo scrambles out of the pocket and launches another deep ball, this time to Anton Foster, who makes the catch, loses his defender, and there he goes all the way to the 1-yard line, just shy of the goal line. The Wolfpack knocking on the door now, and Inigo powers it in for the touchdown, 34-21 West. But the series Bulldogs take it from there, hand it to Ernesto Miranda, who plunges in for the score. One more for the Bulldogs as Prestridge gets the handoff this time, runs down the far sideline, and powers in for the touchdown as series wins at 54-21 behind the fourth touchdown night from Terrell LaGill.
Here come the 2022 Del Oro Golden Eagles, set to start their season facing Inderkum. 9 minutes in, the Golden Eagles are flying downfield. Quarterback Caden Pinnock finds an open Thomas Graham, and the senior gets a nice pickup. Same drive, Pinnock this time hands it off to Kainoa Asia, and watch Kainoa make his way through a pack of Tigers and ultimately into the end zone. That is the Golden Eagles' first TD of the season, 7-0 DO after 1. And here's Del Oro back in Tiger territory. Pinnock completes the pass to Graham, and those two are moving the chains in the right direction. Pinnock in the shotgun decides he's going to take it himself. Caden finds room up the middle and capitalizes. It's 14-0 DO. Del Oro in its following possession. Asia gets the jump on the outside, and that is trouble for Inderkum. Baron Taylor is able to track him down, but that's a huge gain for Del Oro. 3 minutes to go before the half. Del Oro goes with the option. Quarterback Caden Pinnock chooses to go long. He slings it 20 yards ahead to Trey Huber, and bye-bye Trey. He's a fullback. 21-0 Del Oro at the half. Inderkum hoping to turn it around in the second half. The quarterback trying to find an open man, but he is met in the backfield by Akio Martinson. Akio forces a fumble, and Brandon Hill takes it back for 6. Del Oro getting it done on both sides of the ball. The next play might cause a little deja vu. Del Oro again with the pressure. The ball is fumbled. The refs say he doesn't have control, giving Robert Garcia the chance to pick it up and score. The Golden Eagles must like how their season is starting off. Inderkum is able to get on the board in the fourth. Ricky Cole takes a few steps before throwing a dart to Tremel Miles, and that's a big man, 6'4", 210-pound receiver. He prevents the shutout, but the Golden Eagles cruise to the 35-8 victory. Pinnock with a pair of TDs for Del Oro.
Let's kick the sucker off right. The Division III section champs Lincoln Zebras welcome the Rockland Thunder. First game of the season. I'm Mark Willis. Rockland down 2-0 early, so they go to the senior. Cassidy Guevara sets up Alexa Watts, who smashes it down the line. Then Cassie sets up another outside hitter. Addie Shetland shoots it past the defense and in. Nice ball by the freshman. Lincoln builds an early lead as Jordan Dieter bumps it cross net to Mallory Cool, who smacks it off the defender, and it falls to the floor. Zebras with the point. Then it's Rockland's turn. Watts to Ava Pevalate to Riley Hines, who puts it away. Lincoln on the return now. Avery Larson to Sarah Vanderveer, back to Larson, and she scores it for the Zebes, and that makes her boyfriend Tyler very happy. Back and forth we go. Here's Adrian Veit for Lincoln, who puts it away with the free ball. Great dig by McKenna Williams to Guevara and over to Shetland for the Thunder. Rockland takes the first 2 sets. Rockland Shetland was at it again as Ava Pabalate sets it up for another kill. Then it's Hines' turn as she does some major damage around the net for the Thunder. One more time, the freshman Pabalate taps it over to Riley Hines, who puts it away, and that will do it as the Rockland Thunder will win in 3 straight sets.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai will bring us the Players of the Week.
We will announce our first Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week on next week's show. Thanks so much to Chris Schaefer and Roseville Hyundai for helping us support these great high school athletes.
Coming up, Vista Del Lago travels down south to take on Manteca.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section Top 10 Girls Volleyball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, Smud's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time-of-day.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF Niners, we just win. SF Niners, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
At Service Champions, we're now offering $88 AC tune-ups with a free water heater safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi's Stadium. Manteca is coming off a great 2022 season. The Buffaloes making it all the way to the NorCal title game.
Manteca kicks off its season facing Vista Del Lago. The Eagles graduated a few key players, but still have plenty of talent to go around, as our Brian Mueller tells us. Manteca Vista Del Lago is our first SunPower electric game.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, the defending D3 sectional champions, the Manteca Buffaloes stampede into the 2022 season with their sights set on a state championship. They fell just a couple wins short of one last year, but they will be tested right off the bat by Vista Del Lago in our SunPower electric game. For visiting Vista, they have to replace a number of skill position players, but this guy isn't going anywhere. Junior Matt Long is one of the best receivers in the area. He nearly had a 1,000-yard season a year ago. And we all know the man for Manteca, our reigning South Defensive Player of the Year, Blake Nicholson, but he can bring it on offense as well. The 4-star recruit has collected nearly 24 college offers coast to coast. Let's get to our SunPower electric game, and here's the aforementioned stampede. We gotta get out of here. Back to the safety of the sideline, but the field, not a safe spot for the Eagles offense, not with guys like Isaiah White. He forces the fumble, and KP McDaniel all over it, Buffalo ball. And they turn that turnover into points. Nicholson smelling a score, and he gets the quarter. It's 15-0 after the 2-point conversion. Still first quarter, Eagles trying to answer. This play starts out well enough, but a herd of Buffalo conversion, force another fumble, and look who comes up with it. It's McDaniel again, and the Buffaloes are in business. They take advantage again. Second quarter now, there's Mr. Nicholson finding the end zone. He had 115 yards on the ground in those two scores. It's 21-0. Later in the quarter, Manteca showing off their plethora of weapons. Bryson Davis playing in his very first varsity game. Looks like he's going to fit right in. He turns on the Jets down the sideline, takes it all the way, a 60-yard run. It's 28-0 Manteca. On the next Eagles possession, they will go to the air, but the Buffaloes win this battle. It's intercepted and nearly taken all the way in for the score. No problem, though. There's McDaniel getting some run on offense, and he has himself a day. 2 fumble recoveries and a touchdown. It will be 44-0 at the half, and Manteca winds up winning it 44-6. Here's McDaniel on his well-rounded day.
So the fumble recoveries, that wasn't all me. You know, I didn't knock the ball loose, but I was there at the right time. I got them both. So that was great. Yeah, it was good getting turnovers. It's a big confidence boost for our team and just puts us even more in the lead, like mentally.
Reporting in Manteca for the SunPower electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
32 schools competing in the Orastemba volleyball tournament Saturday. Here's the home team taking on Bret Hart. Bret Hart's Oriah Fox gets the dig. Abby Molina sets it up for McKenna Tuthill. Tuthill with the takedown. Orastemba battling back from an early deficit as Jasmine Rodriguez goes to Olivia Gray, and the Warriors tied the setup at 1. 17-16 Warriors here. I don't know how Rodriguez keeps this ball in play. That shot lands 9 times out of 10, and the Warriors end up winning the point. Even Jasmine can't believe it. That's pure instinct. It's a back and forth battle. Molina and Tuthill keep it in play. Then it's Fox with an off-balance shot, finding open court, and the Bullfrogs leap past the Warriors in the first set. Molina finishes off the set with an ace. Bret Hart up by 1. The Bullfrogs go back at it in the second. Sophia Bouma brings the boom. Bret Hart up by 5. Orestemba has some work to do. Doreen Ditt sets it up to Janessa Marquez, who is hanging out in the corner, and that shot falls, bringing a head set point for the Warriors. The libero with serving duties, and Doreen serves it too hot to handle. We are headed into the third set, playing to 15. Silva, the dig, Molina to Bouma. Bret Hart up early in the set, but the Warriors not going anywhere. Marquez hits it hard. It's 5-3 Bullfrogs. Bret Hart goes up 10-7 after Abby and Tuthill connect for the point. These teams looking like they've been playing together all season long. Olivia Gray gets her 8th kill of the match to make it 13-11, but the Bullfrogs have match point 1 play later. Ashlyn Arias to Abby Molina to Sophie Bouma, and that does it. Bret Hart wins the hard-fought battle, taking the 15-13 win in set 3. Tuthill and Bouma both with 9 kills apiece. Bret Hart continues its non-league schedule against Liberty Ranch on Tuesday.
Coming up, get an inside look at the newest school to enter the Sac-Hi section.
And later, Downey meets Lincoln of Stockton when 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like Redemption Road Church, who serves the local community. We're even donating $50 for every vehicle sold. Shop our great lineup of new Toyotas in person or at tracytoyota.com and get specials like this during the national sales event. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Our first feature story of the season comes from the city of Lincoln, home to the newest member of the Sac-Hi section, the 12 Bridges Raging Rhinos.
That's right. This year marks the inaugural varsity season for 12 Bridges sports. Our Nick Pecoraro gives them a proper introduction.
You hear that? Sounds like a stampede coming. And it's getting ready to crash the party.
Ready! Hit!
Welcome to 12 Bridges High School in Lincoln, home of the newest addition to the Sac-Hi section, and quite possibly one of the coolest nicknames in all the land, the Raging Rhinos.
We're strong, we've got thick skin, we're gonna lead with our horn, right with our head and our hearts, and keep going forward, and you can't do anything to take us down.
While the campus itself is already a year old, the 12 Bridges athletic department spent last season at the JV level. And the young Rhinos now look toward their first varsity venture this fall.
I think it's really special. I mean, not a lot of people get to start be on the first varsity team, and I think that's just a really cool experience to have just in general. And I think that it'll be a really good building aspect of 12 Bridges and just being able to see where the volleyball program goes.
12 Bridges will join the Pioneer Valley League this season, competing with the likes of Colfax, Bear River, Center, Marysville, and 2 more Sac-Hi section newcomers, Sutter and Wheatland.
Starting varsity, I think that would be really, really fun, and more competition and playing more schools. I think that will be really, really fun. I'm also just excited to back with everyone, of course, because I just love the team and bonding aspect of it. and I'm really ready for like the competitiveness. I think that will be fun.
Being such a young school, there aren't even going to be any seniors on campus until next year. So the Rhinos may take a few lumps over the course of this season, but Rhinos are known for their thick skin, and they're going to grow into their horns.
Trying to get them to understand that next level, once again, it's hard because they didn't really have a varsity game to go to and watch and go, oh, that's the speed, that's the physicality. I do know this about this group. Once they see it and once they adapt, they're going to be just fine.
It's a lot, but you know, it's good to be like the first one because like you get to set everything, you get to set like the tempo, and you get to set everything for the new school. So you don't really nobody really gets to do that. So it's pretty cool to be the first one.
I'm hoping we win, of course, but I'm hoping that there's like a big turnout and like a lot of people come and watch us because it's our first varsity and we're all juniors and like everyone's doubting us, but I think we can really do something.
The football team wasted no time getting ready for the upcoming season. A 12:01 a.m. midnight madness practice on the first day teams were eligible to practice. The young Rhinos got after it.
Really wasn't sure how it was going to go, but the parents were involved. Kids had a great time. I couldn't get out of bed till like 9:30 next day because I'm old. You know, stayed up till 3 o'clock or whatever when it was all said and done. But no, I think it was great. Kids had a great time, great memory made.
So what type of characteristics do you look for in a Rhino?
Loud and strong and brave and confident, you know?
Like the toughness, maybe.
They got the horn. They also have really thick skin, and there's not a lot that can take them down.
You got to charge. You got to keep this moving ahead. And sometimes it's kind of easy to go, oh, we're first year, blah, 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 and you kind of take a step back. But that's just, you know, doing a disservice to our kids, to our coaches, to our fans. And we got to charge, we got to move forward. And there's nothing like a varsity football game in the town of Lincoln. People show out, people are going to want to know what are the Raging Rhinos going to be able to do. So for us to be able to build those traditions, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait.
Reporting from Lincoln, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Thank you, Nick. We'll have highlights from 12 Bridges' first varsity football game against McClatchy later on in the show.
This season, Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who give it all on the field and give back to their schools.
This week's Service Champion Student Spotlight is Jericho Santalon from Lathrop. Jericho plays football and boys volleyball for the Spartans and serves as the ASB president. Jericho is also a member of multiple clubs on campus and is a Manteca Unified School District student board member. Congrats to Jericho on all of your hard work. Coming up, the U.S. Army Game of the Week as Mountain House takes on Florida.
Then we head back to Sacramento for Valley Christian Academy in Mira Loma, but first here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the Mountain House Cheer Team.
Young Tommy was born a champion and always up for a challenge. He pursued the patience, persistence, and problem-solving skills he still uses today at Service Champions. We're now offering $88 AC tune-ups with a free water heater safety inspection. High-five service, champion attitude. Your comfort is a puzzle that Service Champions will solve. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is back with the U.S. Army Game of the Week. We head to Tracy, where the Mountain House Mustangs look to start their season with a win. The Mustangs return Roy Gardner Jr., who scored 19 touchdowns last season.
Very impressive. Florin features strong offensive and defensive linemen. Daquan Payne, Mountain House, and Florin. In this week's U.S. Army Game of the Week, Aubrey was there.
And here it is, our U.S. Army Game of the Week, the Florin Panthers and Mountain House Mustangs. The Mustang cheerleaders are in the house. This is the first play from scrimmage. Jabez Va'a coming in hot. The Panther defensive end liking how his junior season starts, but the Mustangs finish the drive in the end zone. Amari Brooks hands it off to Jake Frazier, and Frazier is gone. That's 41 yards to pay dirt. The point after makes it 7-0 Mountain House. And the Mustangs are back threatening on their next possession. Brooks dumps it off to Roy Gardner Jr. He's met with traffic, but finds his way up the sideline, dives into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season, turning nothing into something. That's Roy Gardner Jr. 2 minutes to go in the first. It's Gardner this time getting the handoff from Brooks and scampering into the end zone. The Mustangs on top by 4 scores. The Mustang defense having just as strong of a performance. It looks like this play is over, but not so fast. Charles Wolf strips the ball, takes it back the other way for 6. This Mountain House team enjoying its first quarter of play. Second quarter, here's some more Mustang D for you. QB keeper, but Nehemiah Williams reads it all the way. Florin looking for a stop. The big man, Daquan Payne, we talked about him earlier. He gets the quick takedown, but the drive ends with another Mustang TD. Head coach Jabari Carr calls Cedric Major Jr.'s number. He's in. Mountain House showing its roster depth. Luca Montalvo in motion, gets it from Brooks and makes his way to the corner of the end zone. It's 61-0 Mountain House. The Mustang defense allowing no Florin first downs as Justin Fugaldo ends these highlights with a takedown in the backfield. Mountain House brings home the win in its season opener, and that means this is our U.S. Army Team of the Week. Orlando, no first downs on D for Florin. Talk about this defensive effort today.
Well, everybody, we just came out to play. We didn't have nothing to say. Everybody just played their heart out.
And Isaiah, how about you? What is it about this team that really is going to carry you guys?
We all work hard. We all make sure we go 100% no matter what.
What's different about this team than past?
I think we're growing as a school and as a unit. We're getting better and better every year.
These stands were absolutely packed. You could feel the school spirit. What is it about, that energy in the stands that really helps you guys on the field?
Like our principal says, we are a Ohana, which means family, so we all connected, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna support everybody, everybody's humble, everybody got connections, everybody's friends with everybody, the community is good. So as we build those connections, we're gonna always stay humble to each other.
What can we expect from the Mountain House Mustangs?
You're gonna see us in league. You're gonna see us winning league, you're gonna see us winning playoffs. Hey, we might be in state, let's go.
Take us out, guys.
Hey, Mustang, let me Mustang on 3, 1, 2, 3, Mustang! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Nick Pecoraro here with some sweltering Saturday afternoon football, Valley Christian Academy at Mira Loma. And the Lions get things going right off the bat. First play from scrimmage. If you haven't heard of VCA junior Chase Clary, this young Lion says, please allow me to introduce myself. An 80-yard run on play number 1 gives VCA a 6-0 lead. Second quarter, Lions still on the hunt. Quarterback Matthew Larson hooks up with Rodrickson Williams from 11 yards out, and VCA goes up 12-0. It was all Valley Christian in the first half. It's that dude Chase Clary again on the next Lions drive. He takes it from his own 23 and everyone starts chasing him. 77 yards for another big score. I'm taking him on my prep football fantasy team. Go ahead and take a bow after that one, Chase. And now Larson wants to get in on the fun. The VCA QB goes right through the Matador defense. Ole! Throw him some roses, a 51-yard run, and it's 25-0 VCA. But Mira Loma gets on the board right before the half. Quarterback Brennan Collins finds Damon Farrow in the flat, and Farrow boogies through the Lions defense to make it 25-6 before the half. Midway through the third, Larson Evading pressure, looking downfield. Check out the touch on this ball to Chris Donkor. He gets a big block and touches down for a 38-yard score. It's 31-14 Lions. Miraloma within 11 in the fourth. Matador's driving to close the gap, but once again, it's Chase who's on the case. He takes the tipped pass and goes 75 yards for the pick six to put this game on ice. A huge day for the VCA junior. We caught up with Mr. Clary after the game.
We're ready. We're dangerous. We're ready to go. We come out every play ready. We want to win. We condition hard. We practice hard. And we're going for it this year.
Coming up, the first varsity football game for 12 Bridges as the Raging Rhinos take on McClatchy. But first, here's this week's Stanford Health tip.
Patella or kneecap dislocations can occur during a twisting injury to the knee or a direct blow to the inner aspect of the knee. Often, the patella will quickly relocate into its normal position, but it may remain dislocated, requiring urgent treatment by a medical specialist. Typically, we see a significant amount of swelling in the knee after this injury, and the knee joint range of motion may be limited. Patellar dislocations are usually treated with rest, bracing, and PT for range of motion and strength, with a return to sports in 3 to 4 months.
Our Mattress Firm Perfect Match this week takes place up in the city of Lincoln. We got an inside look at 12 Bridges High School earlier in the show. The Raging Rhinos are the newest school in the Sac-Joaquin section. The football team set to face McClatchy in Game 1.
McClatchy is one of the oldest operating schools in the Sacramento area, so we have the classic rookie versus vet showdown in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match with 12 Bridges and McClatchy.
The Crash Pit was rocking as the newest school in the section hosted one of the oldest schools, McClatchy Lions. First quarter, and the Raging Rhinos at 12 Bridges gets it going early. Whit Cruz slings it over to Anthony Gallagher, who picks up 41 yards before getting knocked out of bounds. In 30 years, the question will be, who scored the first 12 Bridges varsity touchdown? The answer, Nathan Crawford. Rhinos up 7-0. Make it 14-0 Raging Rhinos as Eli Wade comes crashing into the end zone. Wade scores from 2 yards out. Now second quarter, Whit Cruz fakes the handoff, rolls out and throws a deep one to Anthony Gallagher, who makes the catch in the end zone for 27 yards out. 21-0, 12 Bridges. But here comes McClatchy. Frank Espinoza rolls out and throws it to the end zone. The pass is deflected into the arms of Irving Cook, the third for the touchdown. What concentration. Lions are on the board. Then the Lions go to the ground with Kaze Lewis rolls off the would-be tackler and gets into the end zone. All of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. Still in the second quarter, 12 Bridges goes back to that Gallagher guy. And again, all 5'7" of the Anthony Gallagher was too much for McClatchy to handle in the first half. Second touchdown in the half for Gallagher, one from the air and the ground. Raging Rhinos up 14. With no time left on the clock in the first half, McClatchy's able to punch it in with Lewis going up the middle, 7-point game. In the third, it's like the same play but different. Lewis scores to tie the game up at 28. Then McClatchy takes the lead on this beautiful pump fake by Espinoza to a wide open Jack Smith, who walks into the end zone for the go-ahead score. It's 35-28 Lions. TB has one last chance on fourth down. Cruz to Jacob Baxley, who makes a fantastic catch for the first down. He's down at the 2. With 18 seconds left, Nathan Crawford up the middle and in. Rhinos down 1, and Coach B says, let's go for 2 in the win. Hey, run the same exact play. Crawford up the middle, and he's got it. That's going to do it. The baby Rhinos aren't babies no more as they come back and score the winning point. 36-35 is your final. We caught up with Eli Wade after the game.
For that to be his first game of the season for 12 Bridges High School football, just varsity and all, that's amazing. I mean, couldn't be better than this.
Brian Mueller here Saturday morning for some more action from the Oristimba tournament. Houston taking on Big Valley Christian. First set, Ella Alavezos with the dig. Kate McMahon sets it for Lillian Madsen, and she shows some precision on this shot. The Lions lead 14-4. The Huskies hollering back. Brooklyn Olthoff digging. Ashton Brazil with the flyby set, and Maddie Duran puts it where they ain't for the kill. Later in the set, McMahon on the other end of the serve. Alavezos sets it for Trinity Beers, who sneaks one in there for another Big Valley point. It's 17-6. Set point now for the Lions. Beers on the digging end this time. Alavezos there again. This time sets up Jordan Beers. She powers it home, and Big Valley Christian takes the first set 25-16. To the second, Houston coming out hot. Olthoff with another dig. Then it's Brazil to Emily Yarbrough. And consider it Yarbrought. The sophomore puts Houston ahead 8-6. But Big Valley will get the lion's share of the points from there. Carly Estes with the rejection. Lions lead 14-11. Later in the second, Trinity Beers handles the serve. Alavezos to Cadence Ryland, and she has the right tempo for the kill. Big Valley up 21-18. Ryland now serving for match points, and Houston is not able to play it back. Big Valley Christian takes the set 25-21 and the match 2-0.
U.S. Army brings us the top recruit of the week, shining a light on players getting lots of attention by colleges.
This week's U.S. Army top recruit is Blake Nicholson from Manteca. The four-star linebacker has 19 Division I offers, many from Pac-12 schools, including Oregon, Arizona, UCLA, and USC. Want to be a top recruit? Find your path at GoArmy.com.
Coming up, Downey and Lincoln and Stockton in our second SunPower Electric game.
Then it's Bradshaw Christian and Lathrop. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Brought your baseball glove to basketball practice, but turned out to be football practice? Game on, junk sleep. During Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $700. Plus, a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase. You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes, like Redemption Road Church, who serves the local community. We're even donating $50 for every vehicle sold. Shop our great lineup of new Toyotas in person or at tracytoyota.com and get specials like this during the national sales event. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF Niners, we just win. SF Niners, we just win. I'm from that field. I'm from that field. I'm from that field.
Our second SunPower Electric game this week is a battle between two of the best in the South. The Downey Knights are the reigning CCAL champs after finishing 5-0 in league play last season and 9-2 overall. Good season.
A very good season. The Knights opening up their season facing Stockton-powered Lincoln. The Trojans finishing just one game back of St. Mary's for the Tri-City League crown, and will look to get this season started on a positive note against Downey. Our Nick Pecoraro breaks down the matchup in the second SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here, man. It is great to be back under the Friday night lights. Our SunPower Electric game brings us to Lincoln High School in Stockton, home of several Sac-Joaquin section title games, and we begin 2022 with two teams that have championship aspirations of their own. The Lincoln Trojans come off of a 7-4 campaign and return one of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the section in Kenyon Nelson. Nelson threw for over 1,200 yards and 23 touchdowns, and also had 3 games of more than 100 rushing yards in 2021. Leading the Downey Knights huddle is Sac-Hi Sports Fall Scholar Athlete of the Year, quarterback Connor Stoddard. Stoddard racked up over 2,400 passing yards with 31 TDs and was named the CCAL MVP in 2021 for the 9-2 Knights. Both teams looking for an early statement win in 2022, and what better way than in a SunPower Electric game? Let's go. This game certainly lived up to its electric bill. How about some electricity on the opening kick? Lincoln's Tyrone Deloney takes the kick from his own 5. His coach has been raving about his 5'5" spark plug all week, and he goes and calls on Tyrone. Where's Erica Badu when you need her? Deloney goes 95 yards on the opening play of the year. Talk about a first impression. Lincoln up 7-0 early, but Downey responds on its opening drive. Stoddard finds sophomore Ethan Woodmansey as the Knights tie it up at 7 apiece. And then Lincoln answers right back as Jordan Thomas jukes and nukes for 41 yards. Trojans back up 13-7 midway through the first. A Downey field goal made it 13-10, but Nelson caps off Lincoln's next drive with a 20-yard QB keeper. Lincoln up 20-10 at the end of 1. Stoddard wants to show off his wheels in the second. A 14-yard run brings Downey back within 3 with 9 minutes left in the half. But remember that Jordan Thomas guy that broke off a 41-yard run in the first? Well, here he goes again, this time from 46 yards. And sensing a theme from the Trojans, they go up 27-17. Downey scored a touchdown right before halftime to bring him within 3. And then in the third, Stoddard hooks up with Kamani Ragland from 17 yards, and Downey takes a 31-27 lead. The Knights added another field goal and made it a 7-point game just before the fourth, but Thomas punches it in from 8 yards out. His third score of the night brings Lincoln within 1, and on the ensuing point after attempt, the Lincoln holder, Daniel Arani, gets nowhere going left, so he turns around, escapes a tackle, dives for the pylon, and gets the 2-point conversion, and Lincoln's back up by 1. But Downey answers. Ragland gets a big block from Rogelio Garcia, stretches into the end zone. That puts Downey up for good. The Knights survive on the road. Connor Stoddard, how did you guys get it done?
Well, we were ready for that. We just knew we had to go and score, keep the game going, and that's what we went and did. We believed we could do it, we did. There was a whole team effort. There wasn't one part of the ball. It was everybody making plays, and that interception at the end really helped the offense out and sealed it for our defense.
Ivan Garcia here in Lathrop as the Spartans host Bradshaw Christian. Second play of the game, Cameron Jones made it a big one. He gets the handoff, turns on the burners, and the speedster goes untouched. Bye-bye, everyone. 60 yards into the end zone, putting the Spartans up 7-0. First possession for the Pride, facing a 3rd and long when Nathan Zapieri gets the handoff, finds a gap, and gets way more than the first. 50 yards to the house to tie the game at 7. Still in the first, the Pride now up 14-7. Jones gets the ball, makes a man miss, bounces to the outside, splits the defense, and stiff arms his way into the end zone. Jones making it look easy as it's a tied game at the end of 1. First play of the second quarter is an interception by Bradshaw's Ethan Rickard, who goes all out for the defensive play, and that effort will pay off. A few plays later, Brandon Burden fakes everyone out, including the cameraman, and goes untouched, and he is gone. The Pride will score twice, putting Bradshaw up 35-14 at the half. Early third, Lathrop looking to get back into this game. Jeremiah Green gives them a spark. He sidesteps, finds the edge, runs along the sideline. Looks like he could go just pushed out at the 5-yard line. But it's okay, because a few plays later, Jericho Santillion finishes the drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run and cuts the lead 35-21. Still in the third, the Pride are at the goal line. The ball gets knocked loose. No one can find it. Where is it at? The Spartans recover the ball, and Jones is racing down the sideline, and no one will catch him. A 100-yard fumble return for a touchdown, making it 35-28. I mean, incredible. The Spartans are on the verge of a comeback. Jump to the fourth. Time winding down in the game. Spartans looking downfield, but Rickard is there again for his second interception to ice the game. Bradshaw Christian denies the comeback as the Pride beat the Spartans 35-28. Here's what Rickard was thinking after his second interception.
Man, I just saw the ball up in there, and I saw up in there, I went to go get it. I mean, there wasn't much more to it. Just a big play.
Brian Mueller checking in one more time Saturday from the Oristimba tournament. Modesto High taking on Riverbank. First set, Isabella Canastrasi with the dig. Star Barajas there to set up Kaylee Owu, and she gets way up there for the kill. Panthers down by just a point. Later in the set, an outstanding save by Riverbank's Taylor Macias. Dezia Guzman there to play it on the other end. Jinya Tolliver gets it to Shaylin Pove, who puts the finishing touches on the point. Mo-Hi up 12-11. The Bruins trying to hang around. Macias handles the serve. Isabel Chavez then gives it right back to her and puts a little oomph on the shot. Riverbank down 22-16. Set point for the Panthers. Barajas with the ace, and Modesto goes up a set. But it was a different story at the top of the second set. Macias holding down the back line for the Bruins. Liliana Calderon sets it for Chavez, and she gets the kill to put Riverbank up 3-0. But it wouldn't take long for the Panthers to pounce back. Riley Williams plays it ahead to Barajas, and then with another blast, it's 10-8 Modesto. Still a 2-point game later in the set. Guzman plays it to Barajas, then Pove winds up, slams it down, 17-14 Mo-Hi. Match point for the Panthers. Barajas and Guzman gets it to their big hitter Pove, and she closes out the match with another kill. Modesto takes it 2-0 over Riverbank in the Orristimba tournament.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Alexa Watts of Rockland. The thundering outside hitter is also a power in the classroom, posting a 4.1 GPA. Coming up, the battle for Tracy bragging rights as Tracy and Kimball square off under the Friday night lights.
Then our final football game of the week with San Juan and Encina Prep when we come back.
Heading back out to Tracy, where the Kimball Jaguars are coming off their best season ever. The Jags finishing with a 10-2 record, but graduated many of their top players.
Everybody gone.
Everybody's gone. Clean slate and a new head coach as well.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. But they've got some good guys coming.
They do, yeah.
And Kimball beat crosstown rival Tracy for the first time in school history last year. The Bulldogs looking to make sure it doesn't happen again in the 2022 season. The opening game at Kimball on Friday night.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
Here come the Kimball Jaguars taking on Tracy rival Sac-Hi. Kimball on the board first, handed to Sebastian Tate, and Tater's going to run a while, 48 yards to the house. Tate is fast, 6-0 Kimball in front. Second quarter, Tracy quarterback Cameron Ross, a fade to the end zone, and hauling it in is Curtis Maynor. A fine toss and catch, Tracy up 7-6. More Tracy Bulldogs as Mason Myers pounds his way in from 8 yards out, 13-6 Tracy in the lead. Just before halftime, it's Tate again for the Jaguars, a short TD plunge. It's 13-12 Tracy at the half. The Bulldogs coming out fired up for the second half, but it's Kimball striking first. A terrific throw by Jaden McKee over the middle in stride to Travis Marrero, who makes the catch, avoids the defender, and Travis is in 54 yards, and Kimball is up 19-13. But here's Myers again for Tracy, another strong run. The Bulldogs punch it in from there. 2019 Tracy Bulldogs. The Tracy D forces a punt. The ball snapped over the punter's head. It's down at the 1-yard line. Tracy quarterback Ross sneaks it in from there as the Bulldogs take a 26-19 lead. But Kimball strikes back in a hurry. McKee this time to Darius Doyle, and Double D is gone. Another long touchdown pass for the Jaguars. It's a 1-point game. Tracy looking for more later in a busy third quarter, but there to pick it off is Eric Nino. A nice return to give the Jaguars a chance to retake the lead, and they do. On this picture-perfect pass from McKee to Doyle's Double D with his second TD of the quarter. Kimball takes the lead, 32-26. Late third quarter now, Tracy coming back. Ross keeps it on the read option, and that was a good read as Ross races 40 yards weaving through the secondary, and Tracy leads again, 34-32. Kimball looking to retake the lead in the fourth, but the pass is picked by David Garcia, and that would seal it as Tracy wins in a thriller. A big game for the quarterback Cameron Ross, who had 1 touchdown in the air and 3 on the ground.
Saturday football, it was a hot one as Encina Prep took on San Juan. I'm Mark Willis. First quarter, Encina Prep with the ball on 4th down. They do not punt it away, but instead go for it. San Juan, Josiah Ford is waiting with open arms, making that interception. Both offenses were feeling each other out early on, and the defenses were locking down. Josiah Taylor takes the rundown for a loss. But in the second quarter, San Juan breaks the code and figures it out how to get in the end zone. Hezalika Hall from 8 yards out, and the Spartans lead it 8-0, and that's the score at the half. Third quarter now, Encina's offense started to show some life. David Flowers picks up the wild snap and is able to get nothing and turn it into something as Adrienne Grace catches the pass and picks it up for the first down. Same drive, fourth quarter now. Flowers back to pass. He chucks it towards the goal line. The pass is deflected, but caught by Joshua Eves, who pays the price, but hangs on with the big hit. And that sets up this 2-yard touchdown run by Flowers, who keeps himself. 2-point conversion is no good, so San Juan still leads at 8-6. Fourth quarter, San Juan milking that clock. Hall with the ball, and he gets tough yards for the Spartans and a first down. Clock's winding down, and Encina Prep fans seeing that, they're chanting for their boys, giving a little motivation, and they need a stop to have a chance. And they got it. As the pass heads down the field, it's popped up into the air. Elijah Bell does a great job locating the ball and hauls it in. It's fourth down now for Encina Bulldogs with only minutes to go in the game. Flowers throws it up, and Dons Hicks comes down with it, and all he sees is green. Get that money, young fella. 72 yards later, he is in, and the Bulldogs from Encina come all the way back. Despite all the injuries they encountered, they pull out the victory. 12-8 your final. Hicks, tell me about that play.
It was a previous play where my quarterback made the same pass, and I missed out on the catch, so I knew that next time that the ball was thrown up like that, I had to go get it. And that's exactly what I did. My team needed me, so I came through.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com. We will send you the entire game digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated on scores, news, and a lot more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, we will choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 football poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Time now for our first play of the week of the season.
It's the Maniac Mark Willis. He's back again for another year of doing the play of the week. He'll do some contenders and then award the play that we all thought, after lots of voting, was the best of the best.
And we start the play of the week off with this kickoff return to start the season. It's Lincoln's Tyrone Deloney, and they call him Tyrone. Call him. He's gone. That's number 6. So number 5, it's McClatchy's Irvin Cooks III. Catches the deflected pass into his arms for the score. At number 4, it's Bradshaw Christian's Ethan Rickert. The do-everything sophomore hauls in this pick. Beautiful play there. At number 3, give it up for Encina's Dons Hall. He pulls in this pass on fourth down and goes 72. Yes, 72 game-winning yards for the score. Encina's 1-0 on the season. At number 2, series Ricky Stanley catches the deflected pass right into his arms, and the big play for the big man. We slow it down for you. What a great play and concentration by Ricky. Look at that. Love it. At number 1, Zane Amin of Whitney. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see 99 yards of greenery. This 99-yard score is the game winner, and that's the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Thanks for being with us again this year. We look forward to being with you all year long. We'll be back next week with a full slate of football and girls volleyball. We'll see you then.